Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're taking a look at a piece of tech that's giving us a completely new angle on one of the oldest industries in the world. We're talking about unmanned aerial vehicles. Yep, drones, and how they are absolutely revolutionizing construction, giving us a view from above that, honestly, was just impossible until now. I want you to think about this for a second. Picture a massive construction site. We're talking acres and acres, with hundreds of people, tons of heavy machinery, all moving at the same time. The single biggest headache for any project manager has always been this one question. How on earth do you keep track of all of it, all at once? For basically all of history, that question didn't have a great answer. It was a constant struggle. But now we have a solution that gives managers that godlike, all-seeing view over their entire project. But before we get into the new stuff, let's talk about the old way of doing things. To really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand the challenges of being stuck on the ground. I mean, look at a site like this. It's sprawling. Trying to get a complete picture from ground level is just so hard. Managers have to walk the site for hours, rely on reports from different teams, maybe get a pricey helicopter survey once in a blue moon. And that lack of a real-time, big-picture view, that's exactly where delays, mistakes, and budget overruns come from. And we're not talking about small annoyances here. Traditional land surveys, they take forever and cost a fortune. Sending an inspector up on scaffolding or a roof, that's a huge safety risk. Trying to track progress often feels like guesswork, which messes up your entire site logistics. And the worst part? A small issue can go completely unnoticed for weeks until it's become a massive, expensive problem to fix. And that brings us to the game changer. This isn't just a cool toy or a flying camera. It's a powerful tool for gathering data that tackles every single one of those problems head on. So, what are we really talking about here? A drone, or a UAV, is pretty simple. It's an aircraft with nobody inside. You can fly it with a remote control, or, and this is key, you can program it to fly a specific route all by itself. Its whole job is to carry sensors, and for construction, the most important one is a really good, high-resolution camera. And when you break it down, the tech is beautifully simple. You've got your battery, that's the powerhouse. You've got the motors and propellers, that's what gets it in the air. And then you have this right here, the camera, mounted on a gimbal to keep it steady. These are the drone's eyes, and they're designed to capture incredibly sharp, clear data from way up high. Okay, so we get what it is, but what does it actually do? How does this work on a busy, real-world construction site? Well, this is where it gets really cool. First up, let's talk logistics. This is a perfect example. When you have a complete, totally up-to-date map of your site from above, your planning becomes so much more precise. Your teams can see the exact best spot to drop off materials, where to position a crane, how to manage traffic flow to avoid jams, and you can figure all of this out before anyone even steps on site. And then there's tracking progress. Forget waiting a month for a status report. What if you could get a super detailed visual update every single day? A drone can fly the exact same path every morning, and you can literally overlay those images on top of the digital blueprints. You can see, with your own eyes, what got done, check that it's in the right spot, and catch any small deviation from the plan almost instantly. But it gets even cooler than that. Some drones carry thermal cameras, so they see heat instead of light. This is an absolute game changer for inspections. You can spot gaps in insulation, find hidden water leaks just by seeing the temperature change, check on your HVAC systems, all without knocking down a single wall. It's basically like giving your building an X-ray. So when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one thing. Drones give you critical visual data faster, safer, and way cheaper than you could ever get it before. A survey that used to take a whole team a week, now it's done in an afternoon. An inspection that was dangerous, now you can do it with your feet planted safely on the ground. But here's the thing, taking a bunch of pictures is only half the story. The real magic, the real power, is what happens next, when you turn all that visual data into something you can actually measure, analyze, and use to make smart decisions. This right here, this is the aha moment. See, the incredible part isn't just the individual photos on the left. It's that special software can take hundreds or even thousands of those pictures and stitch them all together. And what you get is on the right, a perfectly accurate, totally measurable 3D model of your entire job site. It turns a simple photo into a powerful, actionable tool. And the process itself is actually pretty straightforward. It's really just 4 simple steps. First, you capture. The drone flies its pre-programmed route, snapping photos. Second, you process.
The software does its thing and builds those incredible 3D models. Third, you analyze. Now your teams can jump in, measure the volume of a dirt pile, check the slope of a grade, compare the as-built to the plan. And finally, you share. That info gets sent out so everyone, from the foreman to the client, is working with the same, up-to-the-minute data.
So, let's bring it all home. What does this all mean for the business, for the bottom line? Why is this tech becoming so, well, essential? This quote from the research really just says it all, doesn't it? We're in a new age of building, sometimes called Construction 4.0, and it's all about using digital tools. In this new world, drones aren't just a nice-to-have anymore. They are truly essential equipment if you want to properly manage a project from day one all the way to completion. In the end, it all comes down to these 4 massive benefits. You improve safety by keeping your people out of risky situations. You boost efficiency because you catch problems early and your logistics are smarter. You cut costs because you're preventing expensive rework and saving tons of time. And all of that, together, leads to one thing: better, faster decisions across the entire project. So, that view from above, it's unlocked a whole new level of insight and control in the construction world. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now, and it's giving a huge competitive edge to the companies that are embracing it. So the question on the screen is really the only one that matters now. Your competition is already looking up. Are you?